this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch won the vacant, undisputed Women's World Championship. However, that has not been very well received. Now, I wanted to bring up the question, was this the right move or not? But before we get into it, if you like daily wrestling content, that's exactly what we have here. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, keep your boy over on Twitch, the main YouTube, because I have a video in mind coming out sometime this weekend or so. WrestleMania vlog will be coming out, and the weekend following I wanted to go ahead and do a tier list for every single Def Rebel theme in the next few weeks, which we'll be recording live on the Twitch, so feel free to peep that as well, and the Discord too. Nevertheless, let's get into the video. Now, originally when I first heard it, when I first saw Becky Lynch get the victory and win the Women's World title, I wasn't really surprised at all. It kind of felt like a very obvious thing to have happen. That being said, was I hyped for it? I'm gonna be real, no. Am I hyped for her championship title reign? No. Which I do feel like is an issue, and there's been some people talking about the fact that they have been calling this the new era, yet we're having the same old stars be champion. That being said, I will be honest, I don't really feel the exact same way. And on top of that, when you realize back in like say 2018, 2019 or so, whenever you would have a Becky Lynch reign, it would usually be for Becky Lynch, so Becky Lynch could go ahead and go wild and quite frankly prove herself, build her own legacy. Nowadays, and the same thing can be true for Bayley, which by the way, I don't appreciate y'all giving Bayley a whole lot of slander. Why are we sending shots towards her where she has nothing to do with this? And on top of that, there's been some people that were being called out in 4K that have legitimately cheered for Bayley to win the title. And again, she hasn't won that many matches to really deserve that whole, well, you're the old person winning the title, you don't deserve that. But then there's the fact that both Bayley and Becky's championship reigns ultimately serve a much larger purpose: to put a younger star over. For Bayley's case scenario, it is for Tiffany Stratton, most likely. Tiffany Stratton, maybe even Io Sky. And for the very, very obvious case scenario with Becky Lynch, it is for Liv Morgan. Which is another thing I've seen people saying that it should have been Nia Jax or Liv Morgan. Even though Nia Jax has held the title before, I don't know if she's held it once or twice. Somebody correct me with that. And while I'm not opposed to a championship reign from Nia Jax or Liv Morgan, again, with Nia, she can get the title down the line. With Liv Morgan, however, she will be getting the title. Now, once you look into my eyes, she will be champion. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And that when is more likely to be a month or a few months down the line. She has a lot of fuel, a lot more direction to go with this whole Liv Morgan revenge tour. If you were to have her lose this match, or have her lose the match on Raw, if you put the title on her, what does she do? She doesn't have that many good storylines to really dig into if you toss the title on her that fast. Now for losing it, you could go ahead and give more credence to either A, a potential heel Liv Morgan going wild, or B, maybe even getting her more over the crowd, because if you haven't seen it, that YouTube video of Becky Lynch winning the title got a lot more dislikes than it did likes. So either which way, Liv Morgan losing that match might have done her more aid than it has, or than it would have had she won the title that fast. She can go ahead and do with her a whole revenge tour against Becky Lynch, ultimately getting what would be the first ever clean, proper, I believe the first ever clean and proper one-on-one victory over Becky that she would have. And in the end, you go ahead, and at that point, Rhea might be back. At that point, you can throw her at Rhea Ripley. If not, you can throw her at somebody else, so you can go ahead. I'm not editing this out. You can go ahead and throw Liv Morgan towards somebody else as crossed her path and giving her trouble in the past, or even nowadays, even recent times. Maybe even a Nia Jax, maybe a Becky and Nia, maybe, I don't know. But we have a couple of months, I believe 3 months, of no Rhea Ripley. You can easily go ahead and keep Liv Morgan busy, keep building up her character as a heel. And on top of that, it's a bit of a thank you gift to Becky Lynch, considering the fact that she did go down to NXT trying to build things up over there. And to be fair, it felt like it was a little bit more effective as compared to when Charlotte Flair got sent down to NXT. And not many people got put over, made to look that much better, and not many people tuned in, unlike with Becky Lynch here. So quite frankly, I'll say this, the hate is kind of overdone, a little bit too overhated, and I would say give this a little bit more time. Have a little bit more patience with this, because ultimately it's going to pay off and it's going to be a very enjoyable turn for that of Liv Morgan. And it gives her something else to do in the meantime, in the between time, while we wait for that of Rhea Ripley's inevitable return. Same thing with what we're doing with Drew McIntyre. He's setting his sights on the King of the Ring, and he's now got himself a bit of an interesting storyline with Sheamus. And after that, back and forth between the two on Raw, I'm very interested to see what we do with them. Quite frankly, why not do the same with Liv Morgan? They have similar character motivations. They are both being painted in the light as the villain, despite being kind of valid in their transgressions. And at the end of the day, they're going to become champion for the person that they hold the most amount of spite towards. In Drew's case, CM Punk, and Liv Morgan's case, Rhea Ripley. They're both going to fall, but not before they take the titles off of the person that's currently holding them. For Drew, again, that would be Damian Priest, and for Liv Morgan, that would be Becky Lynch. And even then, you want to talk about comparisons between those two storylines, you also have the fact that this could do something for both of the current champions when they lose the titles. Damian Priest is kind of dead obvious that the Judgment Day is going to break up soon, and Becky Lynch, you can go ahead and have her do something with Nia, have her do something with a new up-and-coming face. Who knows, maybe even a Tiffany Stratton could pop up on Raw. The possibilities may even be limitless. I don't know. Maybe it's me being a little too positive. Y'all let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and comment as well. Tell me your thoughts on Becky Lynch. Does she deserve this hate? Is she being accurately compared to Hulk Hogan? Because I'll be real, I don't see it, but maybe we feel otherwise. And again, don't forget to peep your boy on all means of social media, which is down in the description below as well. And yeah, see ya.